Hi, this is Alex from jevstories.eu. Folium, episode 1 of 8. You have a massive dataset of geographical coordinates, and you need an interactive map to make sense of them. The problem is, building interactive maps usually means stepping out of Python and wrestling with JavaScript libraries. The Folium bridge is the solution to that exact headache. Folium is a Python library that acts as a translator between your data workflows and Leaflet.js. Leaflet is a highly popular open-source JavaScript library used for building mobile-friendly interactive maps. As a data scientist, you prefer to do the heavy lifting, data manipulation, filtering, and analysis in Python. Folium allows you to stay in that environment. It takes your Python objects and generates the HTML and JavaScript required to render a leaflet map. You get the interactivity of a web map without writing a single line of front-end code. Getting started is straightforward. You install the library using standard package managers like pip by running pip install Folium. Once installed, the core workflow revolves around creating a base map object. Say you are evaluating potential coordinates for a new retail store location. You have the exact latitude and longitude, and you need to see the surrounding neighborhood. In your script, you import the Folium library. You then call the map function attached to that library. This function requires one critical piece of information to be useful right away: the starting center point. You pass this center point using the location parameter. The location parameter expects a simple list or tuple containing two numbers. The latitude goes first, followed by the longitude. For example, you pass 45.52 for latitude and -122.68 for longitude. When you execute this, Folium constructs a map object centered precisely on those coordinates. Now you have a map object existing in memory. How do you actually see it? Folium provides two main paths depending on your workspace. If you are working inside a Jupyter notebook, the process is seamless. You simply type the name of your map object on the last line of the cell and run it. The notebook environment recognizes the object's rich HTML representation and automatically renders the leaflet interactive map directly beneath your code cell. You can immediately pan and zoom to inspect that potential store location. However, you often need to share this map with stakeholders who do not use Jupyter. This is where the second method comes in. You take your map object and call the save method on it. You pass a file name as a string to this method, such as index.html. Folium takes all the underlying leaflet logic, the coordinates, and the rendering instructions and writes them into a standalone HTML file on your hard drive. Anyone can double-click that file and open a fully functional interactive map in their standard web browser. No Python environment is required to view the final result. Here's the key insight. Folium does not render maps natively in Python. It's simply an engine that generates the web code necessary for a browser to render them. It acts strictly as a bridge to Leaflet, making your Python data instantly web-ready. If you're finding these episodes helpful and want to support the show, you can search for JevStoriesEU on Patreon. Every bit helps us keep the lights on. That's all for this one. Thanks for listening and keep building.